Afternoon, everyone. Thank you very, very much for being here. My name is Stephen Campbell. I'm one of the professors here at UAT, for those of you who are not with UAT. What we're going to be seeing today is the culmination of all the incredibly hard work that our students put in to create what they call the Student Innovation Project, or what we call the Student Innovation Project. SIP is a tremendous thing that we do here at the university. We strongly promote innovation in all of our students and what they create and accomplish. And these projects that they're about to present to you and discuss are the culmination of that innovation and all that work and all that time throughout their entire time here as a student. So without any further ado, I'd like to start introducing, or Dave, did you want to?
No,
yeah. Okay, please.
Just to frame it a little bit.
Yeah.
And for everybody here, everybody online, first of all, thank you all for being here. This is a big culmination for the students, and it's puts a perspective on it. You know, I was looking at everybody on the hallway outside, and they're standing there. You know, some are inside, some are outside. They've got their ties and their suits, and there's some shuffling of, looking at the beat going on. And what occurred to me out of this moment is that, think back on when all of us were 18 or 19, and that moment when someone said, hey, by the way, you have to think of something completely new, and you got to work on it. You've got no boundary. You've got very little specs. There's no check sheet. You've got to think of something, create it, and then that sort of terrifying kind of moment where you've got to stand in front of your peers and talk about it. The 18-year-old version of Dave would have really been nervous about that. and I think it's something we all relate to. And so I think as we're watching the students come by, obviously we're going to celebrate the technological piece of what they've done, but there is a certain amount of bravery involved in spending a few years working on something hard, crafting it, going through the struggles of ambiguity, and then overcoming that thing that most people are kind of terrified of, which is just standing in front of a group of people and talking about it. And so, we're very, very proud of them. I know how hard it is, and actually every semester this is always one of my favorite parts of the semester. So as we're applauding them and criticizing and critiquing and taking in what they've got, I'd ask everybody to keep that in mind. It's a really big accomplishment for everybody here. And along those lines, I've got, of course, thank Stephen and Professor Ballinger, who's outside keeping everybody probably upright, and for getting, creating this moment, which is a long arc to it, being the face of support for that, and creating a space where every time I see one of these, they're a little bit better. So with that being said, let's get started.
All right. Awesome. All right. Thank you, Dave. I'd like to introduce Jessica Malgo.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jessica Malgo, and I'm the creator of Modular Concepts. Modular Concepts is a project that uses Photoshop to streamline art production from creation to end product, using purely from any sort of art style, modeling, traditional comic booking, whatever art style you please. As long as it's concepted out, it always comes out really great. And I hope you guys come see me at room 202 at 2:30, and I'll be in the comments, and I hope to see you all there.
Hello, my name is Chris Anderson. My project's name is Human Destiny. This is basically a turn-based strategy game with stages. So I don't know if any of you played Spore. You can start as a hunter-gatherer, then move on to a city-state. That's sort of what we try to put in here. And we also changed some things about the units. Instead of just starting a normal civilization game with a city, we start with people, and you build your people. Also, we distinguish between male and female. They actually have different roles and responsibilities and things they can do within the game. And that's about all I have for 1 minute.
Hello, I'm David Ford. My project was documenting advanced compositing workflow. The innovation for the project is that we are using a completely new software for our compositing workflow for movies and TV. So I documented that. Hopefully we can use that in the future. I'll be in room 204 at 2:30.
My name is Ryan Ayers. I created a script in Ruby, also as in Bash. It's being developed now in Java for my company. What it does is goes out and finds everything on your network, and that actually changed a little bit of it right now to where it goes out and finds your SSL vulnerabilities. You guys have heard of the Heartbleed exploit that's been going on. So my scan right now goes out and finds that OpenSSL, if you do have it, it tells you the version and it says if you've been patched up or not. So that's the biggest thing that I've done. That's it. I'll be in room 205 as well.
Thank you, Ryan.
I'm Ladarius Miller, and my student innovation project is Gravity Shift. It's a 5 versus 5 competitive third-person shooter where the players have the ability to change the gravity of the character, so they can walk on the walls, ceilings, in addition to all of the existing third-person shooter stuff to add an extra level of depth to an already existing genre. And that's about it, and I'll be in room 202 at 2:45.
Hi, I'm Alexander Wold, and I'm representing Project Luminbed. The Project Luminbed basically will turn network traffic into light. Typically, with the network, you'll see it in pixels on a screen. What I did is I actually converted it to physical light. Basically, anything that happens on your network, you'll be able to see in any way you want, whether it's a red light, blue light, green light, whatever it be. If you want to see me, I'll be in room 203 and
At 2:45.
245.
Hello, my name is Reginald Riley, and I am the editor of Let Us Home. Let Us Home is a film that was developed by the UAT Digital Video team here. We made the film back in 2012 for the IFP Film Challenge, which was to create a 5 to 7 minute masterpiece film inspired by art from the Phoenix Museum. If you need me, I'll be in room 204 at 2:45.
Yes.
Thank you.
My name is Chris Bradley, and my senior project is Datebreaker, along with Matthew Shiner and Louis Sandoval. It saves session and authentication data in a browser data store and allows you to log in at a later point in time or spoof a previous user's login information. I will be in room 205 at 2:45, or you're more than welcome to bring your Twitter account to our open demonstration in the large commons. Thank you.
So I'm Gabriel Martinez, and I'm Isaac Williamson, and our project is the Extended Stick mod, and it's a controller mod that will allow younger gamers or anyone else with smaller hands to use a standard controller with the same amount of efficiency as anyone. And if you need us, we'll be in room 202 at 3 o'clock.
Hi, my name is Levi May, and
I'm Gunnar Galwith. I'm Seth May.
And we designed, for our senior project, a console-style RPG that is heavily hybridized with Western and Eastern influences. So you can check us out at 3 o'clock in room 203 or out in the Commons.
Hello, I'm Benjamin Harris, and I'm with Outbreak, and our innovation claim is that we introduced a AI mechanic which allows the AI to interact with each other with advanced needs, such as giving each other different abilities and whatnot. I'll be in room 204 at 3 o'clock if you need me for any more questions.
Hi, my name is Matthew Hoffman, and my project is PGP encryption for Facebook. It allows you to encrypt your Facebook messages so that hackers or even Facebook themselves are unable to monitor your conversations. If you want to see more information, I'll be in the Commons, or I'll be in room 205 at 3 o'clock. Thank you.
All right, my name is Brian Kropenick. This is Cody Fisher. Our game is Tension, and our innovation claim is the high level of immersion that physically affecting the player without jump scares. This is done by our audio triggers here, but if you want to learn more about it, we're actually going to be set up in Electronic Classroom 108, and then also in room 202 at 3:15. So, all right.
Thank you very much.
Kevin Giannis. My game is called Falling. It's a casual platformer shooter, which innovation claim is it plays on the level's gravitation direction and uses it to in combat and to solve puzzles.
Pedro Perez.
And I'm Natasha Stringer, and we are presenting Crossroam.
Crossroam takes the UDK engine to create backgrounds that we can generate and composite in real time with our video camera feeds in order for cinematographers to be able to see the background in real time while they're filming on a green screen room background, instead of having to wait till afterwards to see it. They can see it beforehand to know what they're dealing with, and that the actors be able to actually react to what's on screen.
And if you'd like to learn more, we will be in the green screen room for open demonstration, and afterwards, at 3:35, we'll be in room 204 for the formal presentation.
I'm Devin Kabirian.
This is our project, Ripzone. What we did was utilize the Oculus Rift technology as well as the art design programming pipelines, game development pipelines within the Unity game engine. We will be demonstrating the project out in the Large Commons, as well as be presenting to the panel at 205 room 205 at 3:15. Thank you.
And something that is a first for us for this run of the SIP Fair is we are also actually integrating our online students along with the on-ground students so that they can demonstrate their student innovation projects as well. So I'd like to turn this over to Todd Spencer, who is my online compatriot, and we can talk about these projects.
Hello everyone. Want to briefly introduce you to the following online projects so that you can hear about them and know which room you can go to check them out. The online students have created demonstration videos of their projects, so it'll be them presenting along with video of their project so you can see it functioning. The first is Zodiac Fates by Tristan Lemaster, and that is an RPG. And next is Matthew Ladeke and Jason Gadula. They did Project Polarity, which is a 2D side-scrolling shooter based on navigating through magnets to propel the ship forward through the level. Ken Eckerd's Society 1.0 is a automated NPC, non-player character generator that uses parameterization to automatically generate a set of non-player characters to populate a game. Jared Fager has created a multi-layer security USB device that uses both authentication tokens as well as biometric identification to provide multi-factor security on a USB stick. Tyler Felton, Taxonomy of Environmental Modeling. What he did is he created a taxonomy, like a tree structure, that showed the different types of modeling that can occur, and then created some examples to show the different styles as a way of helping to categorize modeling types. Randy Loki, Immortal Ruination, is a 2D, I guess you'd call it it's kind of a modified shooter where there's different characteristics that the player can use to combine together to create new types of attacks. So he has like a wind attack and a fire attack, and if you can push a combination of buttons at the same time and combine the effects to create a new kind of attack and multiple combinations of those. Brenton Morton has image-based authentication, and what he's doing is his proposal is that creating passwords, there's some problems inherent in the current method of creating passwords that we have using text, and so his innovation is to use images that an algorithm is checking to determine an image match, and you can visually identify your particular authentication image and use an image that's not even quite exactly the same as your original image, but it's close enough based on the parameters that you know to be able to authenticate with an image rather than a password, text-based. Nicholas Vesley with DeadNote, which is a tool that allows programmers to use MIDI within the Unreal Engine. So currently there's no libraries that allow that easily, and so he created one to allow programmers to use MIDI within Unity, which is a musical instrument digital interface, a way of creating audio programmatically. And finally, Nick Smoot with the Nessus parser, which is a tool that takes Nessus log data and formats it in a Microsoft Word readable format so that it's formatted nicely and easy to read and presents all the information that you as the user want rather than having to scan through a log that has lots of different information. And so you can see the times available for those. I'm also going to be, I'll be out in Commons, and I can pull up any of their websites or projects if you'd like to take a look at those during the open time as well.
Thank you.